Dr. Karen here, and this is a Spiritual Medicine Digest for the week of August 4th, 2025. Is it crazy to love the darkness? Now, before you go running away, screaming in fear, come on back. Let me make my case here. You know, in Chinese medicine, and I'm trained acupuncturist, so in Chinese medicine, we talk about the yin and the yang, and there is seemingly some sort of in between. There is yin in the yang, so in the white there's a bit of black, and in the black there's a bit of white. And they talk about this integration, and in fact yin and yang probably is this movement of this symbol. And in our society in general, we have shunned what we consider darkness, and in fact we talk a lot about it in our media. We are going to destroy cancer, imagining cancer is dark, right? We are going to, get rid of the bad guys, whether that be, E.T. incursion people in our movies, or maybe reality, or, bad governments, or communism, or whatever it is, right? And even when we're well-meaning, for those of us who are freedom advocates, right? We're trying to down with the pharmaceutical companies, down with toxins and da-da-da. We need to fight, right? And in fact, I got a letter not that long ago from, I won't say who it is, but, it's from an organization that I had donated money through, the whole sea crisis. And they were doing some pretty amazing work in certain states so that you would not, or your children, be forcibly injected with anything you didn't want to be, right? But throughout the letter, the words fight, we're going to fight for you, we're going to fight here, we're going to help other states fight things. At least in my personal experience and energy healing experience, we cannot fight the dark. We're trying to get rid of the dark, but the dark has magic for us. Now, what does that mean? Well, this magic is looking more into ourselves, because here's the thing. We are all aspects of light, dark, and everything in between. Why? We are part of the whole, right? Many of us in the spiritual realm would be like, yeah, we are all one. Well, when a lot of people say we are all one, they're thinking of unicorns and rainbows, right? They're not thinking about the darkness. But if you really, says we are all one, that means we need to include the dark. It doesn't mean we have to act out the negative things we don't desire because we honor the dark. The dark has a place. The dark has a place to show us, to give us a choice to be more light or more dark, depending on the person, right? It is a gateway, pathway. Now, shamans will often teach this. Ancient shamans will teach us around the dark night of the soul, like going into the underworld, right? That's where all the juicy spiritual evolution is to look at some of these things that we have shunned in ourselves and to bring healing and integration. That's why they have the movie The Shadow Effect. That's from Debbie Ford. Love that movie. I cry every time. Anyway, highly recommend The Shadow Effect. And her books, The Dark Side of the Light Chasers. So when we shun the dark instead of loving and including and integrating the positive aspects, yes, there are positive aspects, within ourselves, we will have to mirror that in the outside world. So if you're like, you're so done with war, you're so done with entities, you're so done with this, that, and the other thing, and external control and tyranny and all this kind of stuff, well, guess what? There's still work to do within. Otherwise, we wouldn't see the stuff out here. I know there's a delay, but still, right? There are aspects of ourselves that we have not fully accepted. Like my shadow, which I had been working on because I didn't even realize it was theirs. If like a parent or someone close to me, if they ever said, "You're lazy," to me, or selfish, those are those trigger shadow words. And then I would go into a tailspin to prove to them that not only was I not lazy, I was definitely not selfish. So what did I do to ignore that shadow I overworked, I overgave, I'm still healing parts of that, right? I got so sick, I ended up with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, multiple chemical sensitivity. I mean, you name it, I had it, okay? Because I wouldn't entertain the possibility that there was a part of me that was selfish, or that was a part of me that was lazy. Those two words, selfish and lazy, oh my gosh. I would shun it. I would be like, nope, 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 that's not me. And I would try to do everything in my power to prove that wasn't me. But there is another side of the coin to those things. What's the other side of lazy? Self-care. Self-care. Rest. Hello? Anybody out there overworking? Yeah. Self-care. Rest. What about selfish? What's the other side of selfish? Yeah, to not overgive, to have healthy boundaries. Because here's the thing, if we do everything for everyone else because we think we should, so we don't look selfish, so we don't feel guilty, we are going to be resentful. Been there, done that too. And I am so done with that grungy resentfulness. That can make us sick. So instead of shunning the darkness, instead of hating it, despising it, trying to put it behind bars, trying to like trap it or send it to some goodness knows what planet, right? Why don't we love it into the light? And we can do this together. So your home play is going to be seeing or acknowledging the parts of yourself that you might consider the shadow, the parts of you that trigger you. When people trigger you, that is often a shadow aspect of ourselves that is now out here so we can look at it, right? That mirror. So that's your home play. Take a look at those things. And consider, checking out 𝗏𝗵𝗘's book, The Dark Side of the Light Chasers. It's brilliant. And by the way, if you are like, I don't know, I don't like entities too much, I'm not sure I can love them. Okay, well, maybe you should come to my Loving the Darkness into the Light workshop that is coming up soon. And we're going to dive into that because I've found a way to quickly heal and elevate the frequency of entities so they can go onto the next spiritual journey and not really bother you. I found out ways where you can set up a universal clearing vortex in yourself in your home. So unless you need to know like what the entity is up to, maybe you don't need to know. They just happen to be there and you can clear it out of your field in your home with ease, speed, and grace, right? So we're going to be talking about these things in Loving Darkness into the Light. And then I'm excited because still, as of this recording, the predominant energy is around killing. And I'm not talking about killing people. I'm talking about people still thinking about killing entities, killing the bad guys, getting rid of them. If you try to cut out a cancer, you and I know, if you've been around the block, that doesn't often work. Because if there's a cancer and a tumor out here, you can debulk the tumor, but there's cancer in the whole body. So you can't get rid of it. You'd have to kill the whole body, and that doesn't work either, right? Anyway, love your comments. Please keep them, empathetic. Because people can get really, really triggered over this topic of darkness. If they do not acknowledge their own darkness within themselves, then they can't heal it. If we can't heal it, we can't be whole. If we can't be whole, well, we're not actually helping humanity. So love your comments below. Let's continue this conversation, Light Medicine community. Until next time, much love. Bye for now. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If it resonated with you, would love for you to give it a like. Also remember to hit subscribe and perhaps even share it with someone that you think might benefit. In the meantime, would love to connect with you in my Light Medicine community. It's a free private community for sensitive souls to share their stories and lovingly support each other. So if that's for you, I'll put the link below this video as well as this week's special offerings and announcements. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you there.